The next learning type is your visual learners. I am primarily a visual learner. I have a photographic memory, so this is my field right here. Those are the ones that need to see something to remember. And that's really what it is. I need to see it. You could tell me anything about anything. If I don't have a visual, I'm not retaining a thing. I'm not going to remember everything, even now at my age. If I can't see it, I will decide, because I have a photographic memory, every word that you tell me, every word that comes to me, I make a picture of something that relates to it. So like I've got like a series of pictures in my head instead of words. Visual learners are like that. They need a visual. If you're standing in front of and you're just talking and there's nothing to support what you're teaching in terms of visuals, they're not retaining anything. So add pictures, add diagrams to your presentations, add little emojis, little stickers, little popsicle sticks with pictures on them. So give them a visual of some. If you can't have the pictures because you don't want to be printing out a whole bunch of stuff, give them an imaginary visual, right? I can relate words to shapes. That's how I'm going to remember it. If you explain something to me and then I can relate it to say, oh, that's like fire. And then that's it. I got it. I'm good to go. So give them a visual of it. What would that look like? And they'll get it. Use descriptive words when you're explaining something just to help the visualization, like I was saying. So it's actually using that, teaching how to make chocolate truffles in a chocolate class. But yeah, I was just telling you, you want to roll them no bigger than a donut hole. So all of my students got it. They knew exactly what I was talking about, and they learned it from then on. They knew exactly what size they needed to roll the truffles. So this is just an example. Allow students to draw or doodle when you're speaking. Again, when I was saying ego and pride, we tend to assign the students not looking at you when you're teaching as a sign of disrespect. I was one who needed, because the teachers in my generations were teaching in front of a board, just writing notes or just talking. There was no visuals. We had the projectors, but a lot of teachers weren't using those. So there was no visual. So I had to doodle, like draw squares, triangles, whatever I could, so that I could associate that picture to whatever it is the teacher was talking about. So if they were teaching a science concept and I was drawing or doodling something with triangles, every time I'd see a triangle, I would be able to go back to the concept the teacher was teaching. That's how visual learners work. They need to associate a picture to what you're teaching them. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have any visuals and they're doodling, they're not disrespecting you. They are learning. So if you're taking those pens away from them, those notebooks away from them because they're supposedly not respectful, you're actually taking their learning tools away. So just remember that as well. Do live demonstrations. Again, when I was saying with your kinesthetic students where you act out the lesson, do the same. That's going to help your visual learners, because now they're going to see the play that was going on in front of them. They don't need to participate, but just the fact that they're seeing it. If you're things like I was saying, acting out, if you're doing the measurement, I guess that's the one example I'm going to be doing. If you're teaching them what a foot is or a meter, have them take the one step. Your kinesthetics, your social learners, they're going to love acting that out. It's just giant step to see who can actually do the whole meter or the whole foot or whichever distance you're giving them. They're going to remember that no matter where you are. You can do that outside if you don't want to get too messy. You can use chalk, sidewalk chalk and stuff like that. It's really fun.